to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about my wedding planning, how everything's going so far. As most of you know, I am engaged and I am 22 weeks pregnant. I'm also running after a toddler. I don't drive, and the wedding is going to be about a 2.5 hour drive, 250 mile away. So it's very, very difficult to plan, but we are getting there. So I just kind of wanted to update you on what the plan is at the moment and what we're doing, trying to keep below a low budget. I'm not going to give you the details of the budget or anything like that, nothing too specific, just until later on when things are more set in stone. At the moment it's all up in the air because we can't finalise anything until after I've had the baby anyway, which isn't due until January. So we're just taking it as it comes. We've met the caterers. They are absolutely... Well, she's lovely. She helped on some respects, but wasn't very helpful in terms of talking about actual food, which is a bit complicated. I told her that I wanted to have a buffet, hot and cold buffet, enough to cover 100 people, have them fed. We've got people coming all the way from Scotland right down to the end of Cornwall and everywhere in between. So we need people to be really nicely fed, but we're sticking below £1,000 budget, which is a lot of money. But for 100 people for £1,000, £10 a head is not bad for a wedding. My words are not working today. It's not bad for a wedding, really, for catering. Normally, catering is one of your biggest expenses, and that will be the most expensive aspect of our wedding because that's all we can afford. We are having a church wedding. We have already decided on this. We've picked the church. We've booked the church. Absolutely lovely. The Reverend's absolutely lovely. I've met him before. I met him at my partner's cousin's wedding, who was at the same church, and he was amazing. So I'm really looking forward to meeting him again. Because we're having a church wedding, which is more expensive than a registry office, we have decided that we're just going to go in the village hall for the after event, which will be very much relaxed and just somewhere where people can chill out, have a breather, let the kids run riot and just, you know, mingle. I mean, we're not doing a fancy meal or anything like that. We're just going to do a buffet meal. We're just going to have people trying to sit around and enjoy themselves and not feel pressured to be prim and proper or anything like that. We are going to have a couple of toasts, but not many toasts. We're just going to try and keep it as easy as we can, just to keep it steady, because I know that I'm going to flag very, very quickly on the day. It's going to be a very long day, very big day. So I'm taking that into account within all of my planning. I know that by 9 o'clock in the evening, I am just going to be a complete blubbering mess of nothingness. Like, my brain is just going to switch off by then. So we're trying to consider that when we plan everything. For that reason, we have got a coordinator planned. She's absolutely lovely. I've met her again over the weekend. Again, I met her for the first time over the weekend. I've talked to her a lot, but I met her for the first time over the weekend. She's absolutely amazing. I love her to pieces. She's only going to be an on-the-day coordinator, but she is also doing our cake, and we're hiring out a few things from her, like chair covers. So that makes things fairly easy because she's going to be the on-the-day coordinator. It basically means that she's going to take all of the pressure off of us. So if there's any emergencies, she's the person we go to. If the vendors aren't doing their job, she's the one who deals with it. If someone's having an issue down on the floor, like someone's fallen over, got hurt, can't find the bathroom, whatever, she is the one who does it. So no one's coming to us with all the stressful things. She just makes sure everything runs really smoothly and on time and everyone's enjoying themselves. And she'll check in on me occasionally. She'll have my survival kit, so like any medications or anything like that that I need. She'll just basically do all of that for us, and she's pretty good for pricing. As I said, we're getting on really, really well, so I'm hoping everything's going to go really nicely and smoothly with her help. In terms of a bar, we're not doing an official bar. We spoke to the caterers about a bar because they do bar with their company. But they have advised us that it would cost us over £700 just to have the bar, even if guests are paying for their own drinks. If they weren't, it would be like double, triple, even quadruple that. We cannot fit that into our budget under any circumstances. So what she has advised us to do is basically to ask them to have bar staff. So we're going to have 2 members of staff for the night, or for the evening, should I say, because we're not going to run very late. But we're going to have 2 members of staff for a few hours who are basically going to tend bar, which means they're going to serve the drinks that we are providing from the fridges and the ice buckets and everything that we provide into the cups and glasses that we provide, which is hassle, but because we have family who are able to get into bookers, cash and carries and things like that, they have ways of getting them. And we can get things on offer from different shops and things. So it makes things easier and cheaper in a sense. It's more work for us, but it's not too much given how basic we're keeping everything. It's not a lot of work for us to do at all. So that's what they've advised to do, is to get our own drinks, get our own glasses, and just have them serve it and bus the tables. Keeping it simple, keeping it fairly cheap. That's the main focus, is keeping it all cheap, which is, it's not nice to say it like that, but that is the thick and thin of it. I mean, it's not going to be tacky. It's a green and white wedding. We have ordered a cake from the coordinator, and she's amazing at doing cakes, so that's going to be beautiful. The wedding dress is probably going to be second hand, because I have met a company who basically sells second hand dresses and alter them and everything, obviously, but all of their proceeds go towards a charity which is designed to help people with terminal illnesses to have their dream wedding. So I think that is an incredible thing to do, and I'm so excited to go back to them later on. I did try on dresses there a couple of weeks ago, and that was just to get an idea of what sort of dresses I liked. Obviously, because it's second-hand dresses, there's no guarantee that they will have the dresses that you like in at the time. But I have an idea of what I want now, which is nice. And the woman there was absolutely lovely, and she completely appreciated my difficulties, because getting the dresses on and off was difficult, and I did have a couple of moments where I was quite faint and needed my walking stick and things, and she was absolutely amazing with it. I loved her pieces. Again, I seem to love all of my staff, but she was great. She was really incredible, and I cannot wait to go back to her in March. I know it's short notice for a wedding dress, but considering these wedding dresses are already made, they just need alterations. She has said they will manage it, but it'll be difficult. But if we go back to her, pick a dress on the day, and don't keep going back and forth, it's more than manageable. It's just going to be short notice and difficult, but we'll manage it. I haven't booked my hair and makeup yet. I haven't even thought about my hair and makeup yet, to be honest, because I've been focusing on all the bigger things. Hair and makeup, I'm kind of like, I'll just do my own hair and makeup if I have to. I can do that. What I can't do is cater an entire wedding by myself, or set up a venue by myself, or anything like that. So I've kind of left that on the back burner for later. Even my mum could do my makeup if I have to. I have no idea. Haven't planned that ahead. What else have we got? I can't even think about what I've said and what I haven't said. So my partner's brother is going to do the music, because we can't afford a DJ, and he went to university and studied music, and he's done a lot in the music industry since then. So that'll be awesome. We're going to be using the venue's lighting and sound system, because they have a stage and everything. We're going to use that, which they said we can use for free, which is an absolute godsend. My dad and my partner's dad are both going to do photography. They're kind of going to alternate it. So when I want my dad to be in pictures, my partner's dad will take them. When I want my partner's dad to be in pictures, my dad will take them. And in between, they'll kind of take the photos. And the main reason is neither of them like having pictures taken, and they will avoid it at all costs. I mean all costs. So we are determined, and we are going to get pictures with them in them. But we don't mind that they're not going to be in every single photo. It doesn't really bother us. And they are amazing photographers, I have to say. They're not professionals, but they are really good. They have decent cameras, and we've done photography with them before. My dad did the first photo shoot with my son when we were still in hospital, when he was like a day old, which was adorable. And he spent hours. He's such a perfectionist. But it is amazing. Like, the pictures he gets are absolutely stunning, and they're really mesmerising to me. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I don't mind him doing it at all. We are going to have a sweet stand rather than having like a cake stall type thing. So we're not going to have a table full of sweet stuff, but because we're having a cake, because there's so many children, we're going to have between 10 and 15 children there, depending on who comes and who doesn't. We're going to do a sweet stand, so I'm going to get a couple of cheap jars on Amazon with scoops and bags and things. We're going to get a couple of big bags of sweets to fill the jars from Cash and Carry or something. Fill the jars, pop them on the table, Bob's teapot. Like, simple as that. I think that's everything covered. We are having a kids area as well, which I did forget to mention. So we have like a side room. So how we've booked it out, we've booked out the entire downstairs. So we have 2 outdoor areas, which aren't huge, but they are there. So that'll be kind of like, one side will be focusing on like the kids' play and just being outside nice and relaxed. The other side will of course be a smoking area mostly. And then we have sort of like the main hall. Behind the main hall we have the kitchen area, and next to the main hall, near where all the toilets are, we have another separate room. That room is going to be dedicated to family life stuff. So it'll have options of like drawing, possibly, I'm not sure on the drawing, I might do like water drawing for them, like the watercolour mats where you just paint water on them and it makes pictures. I don't know, ball pit or something. We'll just have some stuff for the kids to keep them entertained that families can go into. Obviously, I'm going to have my toddler and I'm going to have a baby on top of that. My maid of honour has her daughter, who is my bridesmaid, and I love them. But I know with a lot of experience that children get bored very, very fast. And it's not a lot of space for the children to run around in the main room. So having that separate area, not separating the children, but giving them somewhere to go and enjoy themselves, just takes the pressure off the parents, and the parents can go in and check them every now and again. It will just kind of keep things chilled out. It will give people an area to go to that's not necessarily quieter, but kind of less formal, if you could say that. It's not going to be formal anyway, but it kind of just gives people a place to go, which I think will work well. I am hoping that everything's going to work well, because all of this is so up in the air. Nothing's fully planned out, but this is kind of the idea of our wedding. We haven't really thought of much in terms of the church, because we're kind of like, it's a church wedding. A church wedding is a church wedding wherever you go. We're probably going to do the standard vows. I did write my own vows, which my partner thought was cute, but I know what we are like. And I will struggle with vows, and he will struggle with vows. And I know that we're going to panic last minute, because that's how we are. I've got really extreme social anxiety, and he can stumble on his words quite a lot. So it might just be easier just to copy what the Reverend says and do the typical church wedding thing, which will be great. So I'm really excited about all of it. This is what I've managed to do whilst being pregnant, running after a toddler, not being able to be there. This is all phone calls and emails. It is still higgledy-piggledy, but we will get there. And hopefully I will have more updates for you soon. Obviously, I'm not professional. I haven't spoken to professionals really, apart from my coordinator, who I haven't spoken to all that much about coordinating and how to do the wedding itself, because that was kind of a last-minute decision originally. She was just going to do the cake. So we're just going with it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I think that is everything. The only thing that I did forget to mention is that one of our biggest money-saving, time-saving ideas, we have a wedding website, which I'm not going to share, so don't try and look for it because you won't find it. But we have a wedding website, which means that everyone can RSVP on the wedding website. They can ask questions. We can update it as we go, so people have all the information they need. We can put on there like what hotels people can use, what taxi service people can use, what food's going to be available and everything, so everyone has all the information they need so that they are able to make decisions on what they're going to do, where they're going to stay and everything. They can stick to their budget and they know what to expect, because there's nothing worse than turning up to an event expecting like a 5-course meal and getting a buffet, or finding out that where you're going is like 30 miles from the nearest church, and then realising, the nearest hotel even, realising you don't drive, or finding out that the taxis are going to be like £5 a mile, which is insane. You know, it's like knowing what to expect will make things a lot easier, and I'm hoping that it'll help people feel more comfortable about bringing their children as well, because I don't want people to, I don't mind people leaving their children behind and kicking the heels and whatever, just chilling out because I know how stressful it is having children, of course. But I don't want people to feel like they can't bring their children and that they're not going to feel comfortable, because that is the biggest thing that I want, is people to just be comfortable and relaxed and enjoy the day because that's all I'm focused on. I just want to be relaxed. I don't want to be worrying about everyone and everything that's going on. I don't want to worry about the tiny details like, oh no, the florist has forgotten 3 flowers, everybody throw a hissy fit, or oh no, my hair didn't go exactly how I wanted it, however will I cope, the wedding just can't go on. Like, I'm not that kind of person. It's a wedding. I mean, it's one day in your life. If something goes wrong, it goes wrong, and if everything goes perfectly, that's great, but 9 times out of 10, at least 3 major things are going to go wrong. Not necessarily huge, but 3 things are going to go wrong. Whether that's the hair, the makeup, the cake falls over, I don't know, the bar staff don't turn up, someone gets sick, someone gets hurt, something's going to happen, and I'm fully prepared for that, and I don't really fuss about it, because there's no point. It's going to happen, so there's no point. Anyway, now I am ending the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just glad to keep you in the loop. If you have any tips or advice or anything on wedding planning, just let me know, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye, guys.